So I've just filled up with fuel and I'm on my way today to the Book Farm I've been talking about in my previous vids. The weather today very, very changeable. Just as I arrived at the filling station, it was raining and now the sun's out and it's been up and down a bit like a dog's back leg today. Changeable weather. So this is the third leg of our Warwickshire farm shop odyssey. This isn't exactly a farm shop, I don't think. Remains to be seen if a farm is associated with this property. I don't know. But it's called a book farm, and I had a little look on their website last night and it's quite fascinating. Apparently they have around 100,000 second-hand books in this place, and of course they have a coffee shop linked to it. I don't think it's a restaurant. I think it's just a coffee shop, but we'll soon find out. But yeah, in this day and age where people just simply aren't reading physical books anymore, even I'm guilty of using Audible a lot, reading books when I'm walking the dogs and things like that by listening to them. And at the moment I'm focusing on G. Edward Griffin's World Without Cancer, which is a fantastic book, but that's another story. I'll talk about that another time. So I am gonna probably have a nose at the bookshop, and oh my word, is this going to be muddy. This is what you call rural. Yeah, and see if by the off chance they might have one or two little violin books knocking around in there amongst 100,000 books. I think I've got that right. I'll put their website in the description. So that's my mission for today, is go and check out this place. As I said on my part 2, I'd almost got here before. It's so local to me, and I think another quite well-known little place, and another example of a successful business in terms of the coffee shop at least. And I guess that people are lured in by the coffee shop, and then maybe when they get there they get tempted by the old books. I don't know. But unfortunately the time I went, it was showing open online, but it was a period between Christmas and New Year, and sure enough it was closed, so that sort of ended in failure. But I got to see where the place was. So yeah, I like coming down roads like this. Sometimes with my mates we'll do speed limit on these roads, say no more. Speed limit minimum. But I'm not going to go around like a lunatic today, because there's mud and puddles and potholes everywhere, and plus it's not quite so good with the audio. But there's loads of these little roads around where I live that I still need to visit. On one occasion we were coming back from Bassett's Pole bikers meet, and we ended up driving past the Arden, Forest of Arden Hotel, and I just got a glimpse of it, but it was enough to captivate me, and so I booked that hotel as a surprise for the family, just a one-night stay, and get used to the spa while you're there, or the swimming pool and steam room and all that. I think I might have been able to have use of the golf course, but I'm not much of a golfer. So sometimes you fly down these little country lanes and you discover hidden gems, and maybe there's quite a lot of farm shop gems to be discovered, and hopefully some organic ones, which, as I mentioned on my last instalment, I need to research a bit. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun doing this. Okay, I can come back a different way. Yeah. As you can see, Shakespeare's County is most beautiful, and all the more so when it's being filmed on a GoPro. Definitely a sound investment. There are other cameras to check out, 360 cameras and all the rest of it. But this is fine. I'm starting to get my head around it now. This dude in front got some sort of scrambler. Snippy enough. Snippy enough. I need to pay attention. In fact, his bike is perfect for these roads. Perfecto. But yeah, you know, like people say, like space is running out, the world's overpopulated. I tell you what, if you're to fly over this landscape, you won't get the impression that it's overpopulated. And really, a lot of the UK is like this. It's the communists who live in the city who get that impression. I'm not saying population isn't a problem. Overpopulation, people dropping too many kids that they can't afford to feed and all the rest of it. But it's not such a big issue here, right? So, I'll nip down here now. Yes, I remember this little bit. I think we're fairly close at this point, I believe. And just to repeat what my mission is, if you haven't seen my part 1, part 2, there'll be links, well, there'll be at least a link to part 2 in this video, and you can get from there, you can get to the part 1, or just look in my motorbiking playlist. But I'm on somewhat of a mission of discovery, an odyssey, or a string of short voyages that together will make an odyssey on my Mt-09, of course, because I just love my Mt-09. To discover all of, or as many of the local farm shops in the area as I can, and to big them up and promote them on my channel. I hopefully encourage you guys to get down here and check them out, or if you're far away, to check out the local farm shop. Hello, pheasant. The local farm shops in your locality, because we got to support the farmers. We really have got to, and we really must not let farming die out and be taken over by the industrial corporations like the Monsantos and the Gates. Excuse me. Yeah. Right, here we are. It's come upon me quite suddenly. We're at the Astley Book Farm coffee shop. This time, luckily for me, it's open. But then I did choose a bad time to visit last time. So let's go check this place out. Park near the front, wherever the front is. Entrance. No stupid people. I like it. Now that place was absolutely delightful. I didn't check out that barn over there, but I wonder if that just leads you back into the bookshop. So indeed, I'm not surprised that they have 100k books there. They didn't have any books on the violin. The music section was quite small. But I did nevertheless pick up a biography on Franz Schubert for £3. I got me a double espresso. No complaints about the coffee, that was nice. And delightful, wonderful little place. If you're a bookworm, that's the place for you. I'm going to try and go home a different way. It's a small lane, which is a tiny bit boring, but at least it's going back a different way. And the sun is out, as you can see. It obviously rained on my bike a little whilst I was in the bookstore. But yeah, that was absolutely well worth while. The place was full. They had a wood burner in there. They had a snug room in the library with another log burner. My only disappointment was I was in the graphic novel section. I asked them if they had the book From Hell by Alan Moore, which they didn't have. He said he'd had it before, but he didn't have it, so that was my disappointment, but it's not a major one. I nearly did pick up another graphic novel. I do like my graphic novel. I like that milieu, that genre. But yeah, really what I should do is go down there without all the biker gear on, because I quite soon got quite hot in there. And you could spend half a day in that place, honestly. And if they ever did get any violin books in, I don't know how savvy they are with regards to how much second-hand violin books can be worth. Like, let's say a book on illustrated pictures of Stradivarius violins can be super expensive, in the thousands. So I don't know what kind of money they would charge, whether they would cotton on to that, but obviously they're expert on books, they're not silly people. But if you could pick up a bargain, I am looking for a book by Fritz Kreisler, actually, or about Fritz Kreisler, by Amy something, called Love, Sorrow, Love's Joy. And when I first came across that book, it was cheap. It was like 15, 20, 25 quid to buy it. I think you still can get hold of it second hand, that price, but I've seen the book for like over 100. You know, it's crazy. And these violin books become rarer as well as they maybe go out of fashion. Some of them are kind of specialist, like Faculty of Music type books, or specialist violin maker books. The average person is not going to know about at all, so they're kind of niche and very expensive. You know, let me go. Thank you all. But yeah, so that was the bookshop. Awesome. Mission successful. And that's about all I'm going to say today. Next stop could be the chicken place, where you can buy chickens, or I might actually try and find another farm shop with produce. There's a couple of things I need. I need some olive oil. I don't know if you can find that in a farm shop, or if it would be cheap. Well, you might be able to get some nice stuff. It's a flipping traffic light now. But yeah, I might try and find another farm shop, or I I might see if I can go to the chicken shop farm tomorrow. So that's it, Lost Paramount. Thanks for tuning in. Leave me any comments or feedback in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Ciao for now.